there. I'm aware it's been a while. I know. I said the last time I would pop back if anything good popped up that I'd been reading, and quite honestly, I have been in a mega massive reading slump. It seems like I'm mostly just reading for work, and then that which, I do buy book-wise, once I get home and start reading it, I start to not like it. So that's been somewhat demoralizing for my to-be-read pile. So what I've been doing instead is just reading some magazines and, as usual, reviewing those books for work. That being said, you guessed it. Nora Roberts' new book came out, and this is called Year One, and I don't know how many there's going to be. It just says Chronicles of the One, Book One. So I'm not sure how many of them they are going to be, but I just wanted to hop on and say, hello, how are you? I've missed you. And this is a really awesome book. Now, it does depart from her normal, but she's sort of been creaking down this, how do I even describe it? Dystopian, sci-fi, fantasy, romance, chaos, end of the world sort of path. I don't even know quite how to explain this book, but it does have her sort of usual supernatural fantasy, the witches, the spells, etc. But it sort of takes it to a whole new level. And I know there's been some people who really love this book, like me, and some people are like, I'm not sure about this. My take on it is, we all change and we all evolve and we all, keep going down our path, and there are hills and valleys, but we keep growing and evolving. And I view this wonderful book as the evolving of a style. So I don't even know how to explain this book, but if you like dystopian romance, catastrophe, chaos, end of the world, doomsday, you're pretty much going to be in the right area for this book. It's following a group of people who, and this is on literally page 1, after a plague sort of runs rampant through the whole globe, what happens when there's been so much doom that you have to rebuild everything from scratch. Oh, let's add Survivor on there also. So you follow these group of people and you see how they deal with the issues of, finding how to do things in a world where, beforehand, you would just go to the corner market and buy all your groceries, but what happens when you have to literally figure out how to plant everything just to survive? Sort of scenarios like that. So I won't get too far into it. I'm just going to say, if this style of novel is your book, do pick it up. I actually think it was one of the top 5 books I've ever read, and I will be doing a reread of this. I would say out of a 10, for me it was a 15. I really loved this book. But if you are expecting one of those, what I'll say, classic Nora romance smoochies, this isn't the smoochie style. This is definitely a different path, but it's a wonderful path. So I'm going to highly recommend this book, and if you want to try something different, check it out. All right, as usual, I'll be around. My New Year's, my pre-New Year's, I'll say, goal is to sort of semi-revamp this channel. I felt a little pigeonholed just by talking about books, even though I'm aware I built this for books, but I kept getting burned out by the booktube, and I know it's been going around also. People have been discussing it, the hauls, etc. I just felt overwhelmed, and I've had a whole lot of life chaos with jobs and humans around me, etc. So I just felt burned out on all fronts. So that being said, I haven't abandoned this, but I think I might be reworking things so it's not just talking about books. So as most of you know, I teach art and design, so what happens if I bring some of those elements into this as well? And I am still interested in the word of the weeks. Those I really enjoy doing, but the hauls, I don't know, they just sort of burned me out. And I do, love them, and that's where I get most of my, to be read piles. But I just got a little overwhelmed. So life overwhelmed me. I think it's still overwhelming me, but just like Nora, we just keep going. We keep going and evolving and figuring out our new path. So when the life chaos happened, I guess I was like, maybe everything will get back to normal. So maybe I'm just on a new normal. So if this is my new normal, I think I'm just going to revamp and change some things around and just try to figure out life again. I've really been enjoying One Book, One Reviews sort of takes on her job and career, quest with time, etc. I really, really, really feel very similarly on her path, and you know, what she's experiencing is sort of what I'm experiencing as well. It's not necessarily my job. I love my job, but what happens if my job doesn't love me back? So mine's a little bit different, but it's sort of the same career crisis. So I turned 40 and the proverbial you-know-what started hitting the fan. So this is the year where I start changing things. So maybe, oh my goodness, to tie it back all in, maybe we all need a year one. So here's to new starts. I will be picking this up again, hopefully at the start of the new year. I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday season, if that is what you're celebrating, and if not, enjoy the rest of your December. See ya.